I was a new man 6 years ago, but whenever I became Billy Bo Peep for the second time as a reincarnation,
That was 6 years ago?
probably like 5. Well, let me think. I don't know. It was some amount of time ago. It was a long time ago, back when I was in SoCal, and probably like 13 or 14.
You were only Lil Snack in SoCal?
Yeah, yeah.
Were
Because
you?
I changed to Billy Bo Peep because I was getting ranked in SoCal. And I was like, oh, if I'm gonna like start
You were
getting ranked in
13 or
places,
14?
yeah, somewhere around that age.
That's insane.
I know. It doesn't
At what
feel
age?
Like I'll be that age, like 14, 15, 16.
I-
One
Like,
of those.
different.
Those are 3 very different ages. I'd say.
Are they? I feel like the only one that's
13
actually
and
different is
16,
16.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like 16.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
16
14
getting
and
in
15.
SoCal is impressive, but it's not crazy. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty because at that time there's also like Franz, I think, who got ranked too. So it's like I wasn't the only child on the PR, you know.
He's younger, right?
I think he's like 2 months younger. He's December. I'm October.
Really? That's it. Jeez.
When were you born?
God, I don't know who is
November.
child.
October 26th, 2002.
Wow, I'm over a year older than you.
Wow, that's
Wow.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, you're really not even. Yeah, that's
I know. Now I'm just regular.
Just an old man, aren't we
But-
all?
Well, I guess you really become old in a month or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me?
Me. I've
No.
become 21.
Oh, 21.
You're gonna be 21 in
Man,
Vegas. That's gonna be
That's
something.
cool.
That will
You
be
could
cool.
Do things like gambling and be like, wow, 21 is no different from 20.
Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Gamble at 20.
Well, 21, right? I mean, I guess you can't gamble at 21. I
That's
don't
the thing.
know.
That's the difference.
I doubt Zamu would be gambling all his money away all that often.
Bad assumption. Well, it is a good assumption because I'll win all the money.
Yeah.
Are we going? Is this part of the
Yeah,
podcast?
I
Is it?
figure we've started.
All right, that's
Yeah,
cool. I mean, because this is definitely good material. I think.
Yeah,
I agree.
the first like 30 seconds will definitely have y'all muted because I forgot to change a setting, but that's okay.
Uh-huh.
We can.
That's okay.
I'll just pretend it's not there. But yeah. So, welcome to Fox McCloud and Friends with Zamu and Shabo featuring Billy Bo Peep, and now we're really into it.
You changed the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think. Oh, I want to get rid. I want to get rid of the parentheses. Let me remove those too. I feel like it being pronounced Fox and Friends is bad.
How should it be pronounced?
Fox McCloud and Friends.
I mean, not really the pronunciation that's the issue.
What about like
Uh-huh.
right-wing media branding could cause a problem?
Mhm.
I asked you about that when you came up with this, and you're like, I don't care. And I mean, I guess now we're big enough. I see
Yeah.
there's one viewer, which is me.
Hell yeah.
We gotta change the name.
Yeah, we just can't be Fox News anymore. God, why?
Yeah, now we're
Why
Fox
is Google
McCloud
all
News.
Yeah, nice. God, I wish you were Fox News. What a beautiful.
It's still, I mean, it says Fox News. Like all of the branding is. The same.
Yeah.
Fox News Live. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fox News.
The live part, I literally ripped straight. Well, I made it in whatever random font I found.
Yeah.
But I literally ripped that like text that it says live
Mhm.
from a Fox News still image I found. God, my
That's
Google
funny.
search history that week was
did you do incognito mode?
no.
You didn't? Oh God.
But-
I mean, I guess you're right wing now. Google, that's what Google thinks.
Yeah, I mean, well, straight
Do you
up.
like watch YouTube videos to get these pictures? 'Cause then
It's like,
My Apple News definitely like thinks I'm conservative for sure.
That's
I think
really funny.
because I just love reading Fox News articles on there. I'm just like it's like laugh at you, not with you. Like it's
guys,
not,
I swear I'm not
reading
conservative.
Mein Kampf on the train, but like shaking your head really angrily so people know you disagree.
Yeah. It's like that meme where it's like you're buying Lolita, but you're shaking your head at the cashier violently so they know you don't agree with the contents. That's a classic meme.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like you're right wing now, so maybe you have to live with it.
Yeah, I thought I wrote a little disclaimer that it was like, who cares? I said like, note, not affiliated with Fox News in any way. And what?
Where did you write this disclaimer?
In an untitled Google document.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm looking at the screen. I'm like,
They needed to know.
find it on the stream, which is probably the only thing that matters.
Yeah. No, the YouTube video. Maybe I'll throw it in like the YouTube video description.
The comment, the description, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Really, how do you capitalize your name?
It's like this according to his YouTube channel.
I do all lowercase.
That's what I thought.
Change your
That's what I
YouTube channel, because I was gonna make it all lowercase, but then I did some sleuthing. I looked on your Twitter, all lowercase.
Which admittedly are like none, but if you check any bracket he's in, I'm pretty sure that's all lowercase.
I didn't feel I was gonna look at like a bracket, but then I was like, that might be hard to find. Even though I found your I was looking at your Smash Wiki page, which also capitalizes it all lowercase. So really, it was one place that I found.
YouTube channel. Maybe that's your fault.
Yeah.
Look, I'll change it right now. I just learned how to do this in this exact moment, so I think I've grown a bit as a person.
What are you changing?
My YouTube name to lowercase.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were changing your tag to uppercase.
just to match it.
No, yeah, because I'm also all lowercase, and I like having company.
Yeah, all lowercase. I used to not be all lowercase, and I guess obviously, but then I was like, man, the caps are like cringe, so I went all lowercase.
My caps are kind of cringe. I agree.
So kind of cringe.
The first billybopeep era, were you capital then?
Yeah, I was all caps until like maybe 2019. It might have been after COVID. I'm not sure.
Wow.
It's either like right before COVID, 2019, or like post COVID. So it's like I'm not even known as lowercase billybopeep. I haven't done anything in COVID, so
lowercase hero. It's lowercase hero's tag is lowercase hero because there was already someone that was hero with a capital H.
Yeah,
and so that's unrelated. But yeah,
is
maybe
is that really what his tag?
Yeah, that's why his tag is lowercase hero.
So he wanted to be hero.
Yeah, I guess originally. But
now he's lowercase hero.
Lowercase hero is a way better tag than hero.
I feel like the lowercase stands out more than the hero.
I don't know if lowercase heroes. I like being able to call people by their tag. And I can't really call someone lowercase hero. It's just too long.
Yeah, you have to call him Henry.
Yeah, I just call him Henry. Which it's fine, but
there's a lot of Henrys. It's like
there is a lot of Henrys.
There's at least
like I've had many issues with that.
Yeah, do y'all want to talk about tournaments? Or do y'all just want what?
Can you name one other Melee player named Henry?
The Wheel
from SoCal.
The
Wheel from SoCal.
The player that I don't know this player.
Sounds
you
like
should.
Out, man.
Banger from Minnesota. They are named Henry.
I know that player. Wait, his tag is the wheel, like the spinning round
thing?
The
wheel. It's the with capital T, no space, wheel, capital W. The Wheel. He's a Southern California Falco player. One of the GOATs, I think.
How do you know this player, Zamu?
Because at Low Tide City, the first one, I hung out with him a lot, and just like the SoCal crew.
Yeah, that's fair.
He
recently brought you up, Zamu, from LTC, so that's
awesome. Funny. We watched High School Musical 2 together.
Yeah.
And threw an Among Us plushie. So
yes.
So I was kind of sick.
A great time. I missed out on that. I wonder why I didn't go. Oh, it's because my fucking car broke down.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna fly to Austin. I was supposed to go to that. Unlucky.
Unlucky indeed.
To the first Low Tide City, the post-COVID LTC.
Did you go to the most recent one?
Mm-mm.
What is the last tourney?
Yeah.
The last LAN tournament?
Yeah. Smash World Tour when you lost to Griffin. Did Griffin retire
you? I think the combination of Plup, Griffin, Meds, and Ty.
It's funny because
Griffin
also retired Griffin at that tournament, I think.
Yeah. I feel like he was either that or like he went to Smash Camp, kind of.
Yeah, and he's going to Vegas too.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of retired at Smash Camp
though.
He
was at Function, but he's definitely not practicing anymore. He's just like
he's just going to tournament. Yeah, he definitely retired me. The four of them definitely
So who's
put me
your
away.
courage? Griffin, Plup.
Griffin, Plup, Axe, not Axe, Meds, and Ty.
Did you lose 4 times in that
I
tournament?
literally went 0-4 and took 2 games.
I
And
remember.
I like, because I went into that weekend. At that point, I'd already was in my I'm not really having fun with melee phase. Game is not the most enjoyable thing competitively phase. And so then I went into that tournament, probably kind of shit. I don't know. I felt like, honestly, when I watched my sets back, just saying Plup kind of got lucky. Griffin kind of got lucky too. It's okay. The Marths are a different story, but I was like, man, I can't do it no more. I lost my spark, and then I've not entered a real life tournament since.
What?
Obviously, that's dramatized, but yeah.
Were you I mean, you have not entered a tournament since, right? So,
Yeah, that part's.
I'm looking through these VODs. I want to see your reaction to some of these losses.
I think I look.
Also, you got 6 by the Marths. Wow.
Yeah.
What
The
Which Marths?
Man,
Ty
Meds and Ty. It was
Ooh.
sickening. Man, those sets were. I went into that thinking that not to loud post, but I was thinking, I mean, those sets should probably be fine. I was thinking, like, at that point, I was pretty good at the game. I was pretty good against Marth. But I also realized that fighting Marth and not wanting to win means you will lose. Marth is a very good character at punishing you for small mistakes and then killing you, even if the player is not the most efficient. So I was like, damn, I lost. Kind of sucks, because I feel like I had a chance of not losing, to say it like lightly.
Marth is definitely like the toughest one. Like, you could probably go to a tournament tomorrow. Well, I'm sure you've actually been practicing, so maybe you just beat all the
No,
Marths.
I don't play.
I was guessing you would probably, like, good chance you would beat Griffin. You could, like, even beat Plup. Plup's, like, now, but, like, you would probably lose to the Marths.
Yeah, I agree.
It was a small head shake after Griffin and a small head shake after Meds. Nothing really after Ty.
After Ty, I think after the first game, I was like, man, I want to go back to my hotel and lay down at 11 a.m.
That's brutal.
So
Where
it was.
Where was this tournament?
Orlando.
Virginia.
Oh, not Orlando.
Yeah. This is the invitational, like, pre-big one.
Yeah. In Laurel, Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, sorry, not Virginia, Maryland. MDVA. MDVA is like a Smash only thing. They don't do that outside of Smash.
Yeah, DMV, which apparently they get mad at you if the D is for Delaware, but the only person who I ever heard talk about the DMV was from there and said the D was Delaware.
Maybe he was trolling.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Zamu spent some time there.
My sister lives in DC, and
it does make sense because DC is included. Like, why not count DC?
Yeah, it definitely. It's Maryland. It's Virginia and Maryland and DC are all right there, so that does make a lot of sense.
Also, it could also be MDVA, which makes so much sense. DMV, I hate the DMV.
Right?
No one wants to go to the DMV. What? But MDVA, I love MDVA because
MDVA,
Virginia.
There's no DC anymore.
But there's no melee players in DC, except Fendrick
DC,
Lamar.
True.
Also, all of these YouTube videos correctly spell your names, so I don't know what your sleuthing was.
Dude, I don't know how they like.
I found the one that slipped through the cracks. It would be like someone capitalizing the U in Zamu because they looked up Zamu on YouTube and like found a VOD that had that. Which are a lot of VODs, even years after I didn't do that capital U.
I mean, mine is definitely there. I think majority would be capital, probably.
Yeah, people suck at like adapting to like slight tag changes because they're just like don't care.
Yeah,
but I think no caps is a meaningful difference. It's vibe-wise, it's different.
Very different vibes.
That kind of looks symmetrical when it's no caps because you got like the 3 middle letters are all low, or the odd numbered letters are low, and then the middle, the even numbered letters are like have this little arc, or like the H and the B they have. So it looks kind of cool. It looks symmetrical, but then you put the capital S and it just looks.
It's just like, oh, what a normal, weird, non-English.
Yeah, exactly.
What about with a capital O and a capital S? That's disgusting.
That's 2006. If I had to say.
No, but that's you. That's
I know.
Yeah.
I think my tag kind of looks better all lowercase, but I like the capital Z. It makes it more of a which it makes it
I don't know.
name.
I think sometimes it doesn't really matter. I think yours doesn't really matter.
I think Z is one of those letters. Well, Z is like literally the same, caps and lowercase, just slightly bigger. So I think your tag works either way.
This is the most like tag aesthetic analysis that has happened on this podcast ever.
Yeah, wow. 3 episodes. Somehow we didn't get
it's crazy.
letters in a tag until the 3rd one.
Surprised it took this long.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I think tag aesthetics are very real. Because I actually have talked about this a surprising amount. It's like we went through. Oh, what's up?
We talked about it too. I mean, like, pre-podcast, Zamu and I, Champagne have talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Lot always brought it up with his tag.
Doll backwards.
Yeah, which I think very important for his tag as well. And I think people get it right.
Yeah, people get a lot right a lot of the time. Yeah.
I feel like only good players get to spell Lod's tag right, truthfully.
Maybe. I don't know, honestly. I know people still do mangoes, and mangoes, they don't do like the M and capital, but they still do the 0, which is like, man, I forgot Mango had a 0 at the end of it.
Me too, except for I was looking for his Twitch a while ago, and I can't find Mango's Twitch.
So, I mean, it's not, I don't know, when you're inconsistent in how you present yourself on social media, like, you can't really blame people.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
Which is why I'm the devil, because my YouTube had capitals and all my other...
Yeah. You're actually a pretty morally reprehensible person for that.
I agree.
So yeah, that is pretty bad.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I should be punished capitally.
So, anyway, is there any chance you will attend a tournament again at some point?
Maybe casually. I was thinking of going to main stage, the one in December, maybe. That one seems cool. Just because I was planning on going to... No, not enter. No. But I will go there to hang, yeah. I don't think... The thing is, so, lately, I've had, like, a moment where I was like, what if I, like, try and get good at Melee again? But I also had the realization that living in a dorm, in a shared space with another person, Melee controllers are very disruptive and loud, and I don't really have, like, consistent opportunity to practice, and so I can't. Yeah,
but I did say
I'm not super like motivated.
You're in your 3rd year of college, so I don't know. In the grand scheme of things, waiting 2 years and then starting to play a lot is like nothing. I mean,
I agree. Yeah,
I mean, is that, do you think that's possible?
I mean, it honestly could be, since I kind of feel like I want it now, especially with teaching. Since I've been doing teaching stuff, I can't just forget about the game, because I sit here, have to study the game, or have to make sure that I'm doing a good job teaching, etc. So I end up still thinking about the game a bunch. So I feel like if I continue teaching, which I presumably will, because I like doing it, then I'll probably end up playing again. Maybe I'll dip my toe in the water and be like, maybe I like getting good, but I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly.
So do you play? I mean, you definitely were playing unranked and stuff, at least as of somewhat recently. Are you still doing that?
Yeah. I every now and then when I'm in the dorm alone or have some sort of free time, I'm like, I guess I'll play unranked for 15, 20 minutes. And then I play unranked, and then I am like, wow, I am ass. I had one experience. I had one experience where I queued into some random Marth, I don't remember tag, and I just lose 8 games in a row, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? I thought I was at least top 100, but then I swapped to Falco and they got double. Maybe Fox is hard. Maybe Fox has hard tech skill that I try and do, so, and I just don't play it, so that's okay. I still think I have a ton of really good ideas, surprisingly. I mean, I guess not surprising because I think about
surprising, yeah.
But when I play, I definitely can't do buttons, so I'm like, wow, I get shit on a lot. But I mean, I don't know, it's still fun. I just get to go on there and do things.
That's like what Griffin was saying at Smash Camp. He was like, I still have ideas, but now my hands cannot keep up with them.
Yeah. My hands try and do an idea, and I find myself off stage, and I'm like, I did not mean to do that. Yeah.
Is there any chance that if and when you come back to Melee, you would play a character other than Fox in tournament?
Nope.
Seriously,
probably just play Fox.
What'd you say?
I'd probably just play Fox.
Okay.
I think there's like.
It seems like you're kind of having a similar arc to Dread Fox, because he like coached, he quit, and then like obviously he quit, went to coaching, and then a few years later he like he started grinding to enter singles.
Yeah.
Or I think it was Pound, and then COVID.
Yeah, we're actually teaming at Pound.
Yeah. And I mean, I think obviously it wasn't. I don't know. I was getting my hopes up that it could be the return. I didn't care what character. I was getting my hopes up that it could be like a return, because I know he was actually kind of grinding for like Sheik.
He was, yeah.
I know he wasn't planning on entering other tournaments necessarily, but so yeah, and then so that's what I was thinking. Maybe you'll coach for a few years, then you'll get your own place and start playing again, which definitely could happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I put a lot of time into other characters, so I really like Sheik. I really like Falco. I've put a lot of time into them. I understand them very well, so I very well could switch. But I also feel like if I were to come back, I kind of feel like I have unfinished business with Fox, because I was like, when I played Fox, I felt like I was doing a lot of things other Foxes didn't do, and was like actually progressing the character and like being good with them. So I probably want to do more of that and like actually like enter tournaments with it, because before I quit, man, I was I've like randomly been going back and watching like lessons of mine or like me playing from like mid 2021, so like a long time ago, and I was like, wow, I am so much better than so many Foxes in so many ways. I am really good at the game. But I didn't enter tournaments or anything, so it just is all gone now. But I think I mean I probably want to play Fox at least for like a year before I decide to switch to another character or something.
It seems like it's pretty inevitable that you'll come back at some point, based on.
You're smiling too much.
I agree.
For it to not.
It's like you're in college now. Like you said, it's a shared space. It's hard to practice. You have other priorities. It's your third year. 2 years is nothing. I am looking forward to the return, I'll say.
Me too.
I could come back. I could be decent. I might take sets off players. That'd be cool.
Anyone, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I remember like watching your play at Bemi, which is that your last tournament ever?
Yeah, that's the last one I entered. Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, you're a good player. It's like watching someone that's really good at the game. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. That was this year, right? So it's like that wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. That was in like July, I think.
Yeah.
In February.
Yeah. Oh, was it really that early?
Yeah, it would have been in February because it was for Black History Month, right?
Yes,
that would explain.
No comment. No comment.
You thought you entered a tournament 2 months ago, right? Yeah.
Is that 2 months ago? Are we in August?
We're in September. Yes. You thought you entered a tournament 2 months ago.
July does not feel 2 months ago. That feels like 6 months ago.
And then it was like, yeah, probably about July.
Yeah.
I guess it was February. I don't know, man. That's
looking at the bracket, February 24th.
Yeah, I remember that tournament. Funnily enough, this is secret lore, but I was going into that tournament. I was like, man, fuck, I don't want to play Melee. I said yes and then realized I didn't want to play. So I was actually planning on intentionally throwing. So the first day,
well, okay, go on.
Okay. The first day, I actually essentially intentionally threw and did not play. And I was like, damn, cool. Second day, I'll just do the same thing. And then at some point, I was like in losers quarters or loser semis or something. And Dewan was like, oh, I've been wanting to play Billy Bo Peep again. And I was like, man, I'm not going to not try against the person who explicitly says they want to play me. So then I was like, I guess I'll just try, and then I won the tournament.
Yeah, looking at the bracket now, you in the gauntlet stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to read this bracket, but you lost to King Momo.
Yeah, I lost to King Momo.
Oh no, yeah, okay. You only had one match because you had
Did I only have one match?
Yeah, you went 0-1 in the gauntlet stage, losing to King Momo is what it looks like.
Interesting.
No, sorry, you beat Typhoon. You beat Typhoon 3-0, and then you lost to King Momo.
Okay.
Which I wonder where that guy is.
I might be.
I don't know.
King Momo is good. I might be making this up, but I feel like I saw you play the day one, and I was like, Billy Bo Peep doesn't seem very good. It literally could be made up though.
I would hope so.
And then I'm seeing here, in order to play Shroom, you have to make it all the way to losers finals.
Was that it? Was that it? Okay.
I don't remember who I played. Momo, and then you had to make it all the way to losers finals to play Shroom. And then what I was saying is, I remember in our chat with Danila, you were talking about, I don't know if you were saying you were gonna throw, but what did you say? You were like, I'm gonna lose to Fog. Yeah, you were like, I don't want to compete anymore. I'm gonna lose to Mog.
Lord, let me out.
Yeah, I said, don't lose to Mog. I'll only allow you to lose to Flash. And then you didn't even lose to Flash.
Well, that's like a different story, right? Flash, Mog was in like my let me out phase, and Flash is like, well, I guess I'm already here.
Yeah. No, that was.
There's character development in that. I went through arcs.
Rapid growth.
That tournament was pretty funny. I remember so little of it because I was actually I was like in Discord talking while it was happening, and then I realized that I was like playing people, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's funny that that's the last tournament I entered. It looks like I did the thing where I was like, oh, I'm going to win a tournament and then quit, but I don't think that tournament was like particularly prestigious.
I'm seeing other messages. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
But he said, please, I'm not trying to win. I want to be out of the tournament so I can enjoy my
I think I had a 3-day weekend or something too, and I was like, God, just let me like be at the tournament. I want to enjoy my time off. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. February. Yeah. That was after winter break. Yeah. That was a funny time, but I guess it's cool that I won. I wish there was more good players because I feel like I could have won with a slightly better bracket, but it's like, no deal. At least I got out.
Momo went Fox versus the real thing.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
That's so random.
That is
that like
according to Smash GG?
I think that's wrong. I think I remember watching the set.
I feel like I've never seen King Momo play a character that isn't Falco.
Yeah. Possible. Would be crazy though.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Looks like a Falco did it.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of crazy actually. I think King Momo maybe destroyed him. I don't remember enough, but I just remember watching a lot of sets and being like, that's crazy.
That's a real thing.
Looks like 3 other real things.
3 other real thing. Looks like game 1 was a 3 stock.
Maybe I mean the other way around. The real thing destroyed King Momo.
I'll just say like everything.
Yes. Like, that is what that's literally the Zamu. Like someone asked me a question, I'm like, well, yes, no, maybe. Every time.
Game 2 is definitely not a close set. Yeah, definitely really did destroy him. Yeah, because I was wondering where the King Momo rematch was.
Do you want to start answering these Twitter questions?
I assume that's referring to King Momo. I saw that there was a tweet that he like beat Crudo and Panda, or maybe lost to Panda, but beat Crudo at some local, which is
King Momo?
Yeah. It was on the Melee Stats tweets.
That's wild, because Kyle Crudo is very good.
Kyle Crudo is very good.
Yeah, it was the Kyle of the Crudos. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
What?
Kyle Crudo. It's insane that Kyle is like, I guess Crudo, I could refer to him that way, is like doing super well now. Because I remember seeing him in like the random net play discords back in quarantine, like, yeah, Crudo's pretty good. I'm probably better, but he's pretty good. And then nowadays, he's like one of the last people that I've like played Melee with. Back when like before, it was like right after Batman. I guess it was in July, actually in July. Around then, I was like only playing Kalini and Kyle just on net play for fun, and I was like, man, Kyle Crudo's pretty good.
My favorite, kind of adjacent but similar thing. I remember I played Zamu like 2 years ago on like in one of the discords, and I knew who he was, so I was like excited to play him. So and then after he was like, "Thanks for playing," I never got to play good people. And I was like, now he's,
Yeah, I remember playing Zamu back on Unranked. It was like I think he like entered one net play tournament and like beat Avery, and it was back in the timeline where like
this was before I had played him, but
yeah. It was and Cody was just like this Zamu person, man, top 30, 15, 10, whatever number he was saying at the time in true Cody Schwab fashion.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, this Zamu guy's supposed to be pretty good. He was pretty good. He got the hands, but I think most people do, and that's okay. Well, that's my Zamu experiences. I played him on Unranked, and he got beat up, but he was pretty good. I think he's gotten a lot better. What?
Did you play as Fox or just as Sheik?
No, I played as Sheik. You
didn't play as Fox at all?
No.
Interesting.
I did not know he played Fox.
Definitely did better than his Sheik when I had played him on November 2020. Like it felt like I just had no idea what I was doing, but his Sheik was randomly dying, and then his Fox moving so fast, and
his fox is. He has a demon fox. He has a very classic Sheik main hate fox. It's like
it is. It's just it's like it's just as fast as possible.
Yeah.
He said on November 27th, 2020, he said, GG's, I hope that was as fun for you as it was for me. Now. And he said, I don't get to play people around your level too much, so it's a trick for me. And he definitely was winning the majority, so it's not like... But it's he wasn't destroying me. So
what a humble king.
I know, it's so funny,
Yeah, he's a good top player to have.
Yeah.
I like people like him at the top of the game.
Yeah, for sure. He's both in terms of like personality and how fun he is to watch, which maybe are the same thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I did find the King Momo stuff. He got, it was September 2nd. He was the player spotlight. King Momo for placing second at local as the 4th seed, beating Franco, Komodo, and Crudo. So.
September 2nd, as in like 6 days ago?
Yes. That's
wow.
God damn.
He's definitely active in locals.
Damn, I guess he got it like that. Okay. That's insane.
Well, I just sent y'all a link to my tweet that people respond to, so that y'all can look at questions if you want, or else I'll also find them. But yeah, I just heard the beat, so I was like,
going through them.
How does Fox play neutral versus Marth so that he doesn't lose the matchup? We were just talking about you getting 6-0'd by Marth, so Billy.
Billy, you write those rules yet?
Dude, I have had a lot more thoughts on Marth lately, and I actually think I can't make the rules, but I definitely have a lot of...
Give a couple tips, or a tip at least, to
whoever was asking how to play against Marth.
Schnurb.
Nerd.
Okay, Schnurb. I think that...
From what I saw. Go on.
What's the thing that I'd say against Marth? I think if I had to say the most general but also very applicable thing is that Marth, the threat ranges that, your active threat range against Marth is deceiving relative to other characters, because what happens generally is, since Marth has a dashback that moves him from his center point a lot, that means that you have to be relatively closer. That also means that you have, since you have to be relatively closer, that means that you can't really do anything outside of that range because you don't have any mix-ups, right? Which is, there's so many, such a complex matchup. It's hard to have super concrete thoughts on it. That is the takeaway is that you have to be closer than you think to hit Marth. And that is something that I think many Foxes do not know, because they hit Marth from very far away and get grabbed and are like, wow, I can't play neutral against this character. It's so hard. But I think it's not that hard. Well, it's hard.
I think for me, a lot of my problems versus Marth is I know that I have to be closer to Marth than I think, but then I get closer and I just get hit because he has a sword.
Yeah. Well, I think that, so the whole thing with getting closer is that it is there's a few ways to get closer in ways that will not lead to your immediate death. Obviously, run-up crouch is the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Run-up shield is okay. It's more geared towards when you see the Marth jump and you're dashing forward. Full hop is actually pretty good if you space it further back, right outside of their range, because what happens a lot of the time is you'll just either land on top of them. You do this on reaction him jumping, by the way. So you either just land on top of them, or if he drifts back or something, then you just kind of play the game and nothing.
Full hop on reaction him jumping?
Yeah, you full hop on reaction. Yeah, and then the way that plays out is if they fast fall, then you just kind of land next to them and play a mix up when you're close. And if they don't fast fall, then you just land on top of them and get a punish.
Dash full hop forward?
Yeah, dash full hop forward.
Yeah,
this is
I think in my mind, I think that's bad because I get hit a lot, but I think doing it in response to them jumping makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's on reaction specifically. I think doing it preemptively ends up being pretty bad.
The timing doesn't line up well if you do it if preemptively, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, it's more full hop when you're kind of close to them, and then if they grabbed and if they ran forward or something, more the end plays full hop. But then that still just loses to fair.
Yeah, that's a big thing about there's a lot of spots actually against Marth where I think you can't really be preemptive because he just has a big sword and big grab that out-prioritizes you a lot. So I think what ends up happening is there are parts obviously that you have to play preemptively because they're mix-ups, but the big thing is the initial positioning is super duper reactive. Like there's a big thing where it's like when you decide to start running for it, let's say that if we're gonna like put them on spaces on the screen, you have a Fox at the inner edge of the Battlefield platform and a Marth at the other inner edge, like of the other platform, right? And then like Fox starts running forward, he has to literally check what the Marth is currently doing before he makes a decision. Because if the Marth is dashing back when he sees as he's dashing forward, then it's like, oh, you don't actually get to play a mix-up because Marth has now moved far enough away to where like there is no mix-up happening, right? But if Marth dashes forward, then you actually can justify running forward, because if he were to go back, then you'd have to make up the space that he just gave up by dashing forward to get to a point where he'd be further away, so he can't actually do like pivot grab stuff or like jump stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like...
If Marth moves back as you're running forward, you would say like just bail and, you know...
Yeah, you just wave dash down, you could full hop, or you could run up crouch.
Yeah. And then if Marth moves forward, it's like, okay, mix up time maybe if you want. And then if Marth jumps... So probably what I would do normally, and you said this is like kind of okay, is I would like shield in that response.
Yeah, you could shield, you could crouch, you could also hit him out of the air.
Yeah, yeah, and then also full hop, what you're saying.
Yeah, full hop. No, full hop. Well, it depends on your spacing.
You said
it depends on your spacing, because I was saying specifically the spacing that you'd be at is when you're initially outside of nair range, and you can't always be right. It's like full hop is the one where it's like really, really precise and like matters a lot in how you do it. Because if you like, you know, are slightly too far forward, getting hit out of the air by Marth aerial means immediate death, right?
So, but what range would you want to full hop in? You said then?
Right outside of nair range.
Right outside of the nair range is when you want to full hop.
Yeah, that's the full hop.
So I mean, these platforms are, if you dash forward and he jumped, now you're within the nair range, you would say?
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of the time. If he's, it depends, because he could also jump in place and maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much. It makes sense. It's hard to like say without like a thing on the screen, but yeah.
If Marth like doesn't move back, I feel like that's a good time to full hop, double jump to top plat, and then it's like, okay, we reset, kind of like now you got to figure out how to actually reset. But that's, I feel like what when like I think of that interaction is the most likely outcome if you full hop there, or like should be like if I think about like IBDW and Zayn playing like that spacing, and if like if Cody were to full hop, I feel like he bails out with top plats a lot, because you're saying like it's you have to play close, and you can't like Fox can't play aggressive mix-ups from very far away, so like versus other characters, Fox can like attack from a bit farther away because they don't have teleport dash back.
They don't have
and and a sword, and so Fox like reacting from the slightly farther spacing where maybe you'll be playing actual mix-ups with other characters, it's like you just have to put all of that effort into like getting closer safely.
And it's hard because there's the one thing is at the end of the day, if you try and get close safely, the Marth will decide to run forward and grab, and your entire plan just disappears. So that's that's the difficulty in the match.
I've been like reframing the way I play the Marth matchup, but that's kind of what it started from. It's like, all right, Martha's run up grabbing me, I need to deal with that, and then everything.
But I mean, that's what makes the matchup hard.
It's all relevant. I thought that was a really good answer. Patreon.com/billybopeep if you want to learn more.
True.
Metafy.gg/Zamu.
At Zamu. For some reason they put an @ in the name. I feel like that's in the URL. It's like that's awkward.
I don't know why they do that.
My DMs, if you don't want to pay for additional dollars.
I guess so.
Okay, so we can finish. Schnurb asks, what cool Fox optimization have you seen the past few years that's flown under the radar? If y'all have any good answers for that, I don't have any good answers, I think.
There's a few small things. There's something I came up with where it's like specifically in the platform tech chase positions, there's a lot of the time where you're standing, let's say this is the platform and you're standing like right here, so you up throw them and then they like go onto the platform, but you can't like, you have to like move horizontally to actually get it. You're not standing under it, right? And so something that you could do is if they're like spaced close enough to the edge closer to you on the platform, you do full hop up air and then have your up air space to where it falls to the ground but hits the edge of the platform. And so then you could cover 3 out of 4 that way, and then you also get a better combo from the ground because you don't have to worry about dashing off the platform and maybe not having space for that. That's a small optimization I think it's pretty good that people don't really do. There's so many things. That's good.
It is good.
There's so many secret techniques.
I do that, but I hadn't thought about it enough because now I'll do it way better just from you saying that.
Up air edge cancel? Is that what you're saying?
No, you're not edge
No,
cancel.
you're just like fall to the ground.
Yeah, you're up airing but hitting the edge of the platform. But
oh, is it to reverse? Is that the point of it?
No, it's just you're just like so norm. You could also cover 3 of 4 options by landing on the platform with this up air, but if you land onto the ground, it's like better.
Yeah, you get more punish options.
Yeah.
What about
because you can't like dash off the platform, stuff like that.
But also things, I feel like reversing is pretty important in those spots too. Like reversing with the up air to beat SDI. Is that not?
It automatically does that too, usually.
Yeah, yeah. But that feels like almost bigger. I mean, I guess it depends on your opponent, but like when I play people like IBDW, like
usually this is a second hit only up air.
Yeah, you're only doing 1 hit. So
yeah. It's still relevant though, a low percentage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for like the combos, but that's part of why it's not as relevant if you land on the ground, because you're not going to land on the platform and then not be able to like dash the other direction, because you're on the ground, you can dash either way.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
You guys have any thoughts on Fox optimization things?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are taking jumps and combos a lot more now. They used to not doing that as much.
I think it's came around because I feel like back in the day, I saw a lot of jump reading stuff, but then it like stopped happening, and then nowadays a lot more people do it.
I think where it's like, I think doing combos in a way where it's like if they jump, then it hits them, and if they don't jump, it still hits them.
Oh, you mean that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I love that.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Happening a lot more these days, and I think super good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like just like all the time I'm doing it now. It's like I just slightly aim above when I bear, and then it just, and it like it's normally a weak bear both ways, so they just like blow up no matter what.
That reminds me of like something I was like messing with this, and I'll mess with it more in the coming years, is like combos that are like 50-50s. So like jump reads are standard, but no jump reads are not thought about it as much, and so like I'll specifically like read no jump. So like one thing I really like is like down tilt versus, so like in Fox Ditto, down tilt at like 80-ish% they DI away, and then like it is close to comboing into a run across the stage up smash.
Yes,
or it's a perfect opportunity to jump read with a double jump up air. So it's like that is really cool. And then there's other spots, a lot of other spots where it's just like cool stuff.
Because I do that kind of stuff too, where it's like when you're tech chasing and they're at like 85-ish% on, let's say, stadium or something, and you hit with the front hit of up tilt, like the one that like the body box essentially, and the DI away, you could do that. It's like the shabo hit, and then you could act. It's like if they DI away, they actually end up close enough to the ground where it's like kind of ambiguous if they can jump out or not, and then people just get hit by it if you charge it, so they die. And that's something I like doing a lot. One thing that I just thought of, a good optimization that people don't really do that I think is really easy to do, is just single hit up airing everything you can. That's something that I did. That is something I was very good at before I quit. Every character I had it down pat. Even like spacies.
I don't really think people are doing that. Do you think people are doing that? I mean, I think it's definitely
people should do it.
Yeah, I don't do it for sure, but yeah.
I also think
like up there, or just in general, second hit only.
I mean, honestly, in general too. But
I think it's a lot easier when it's not an up throw a lot of times.
Really, I think
you get to like fall down like the Armada, like.
Yeah, either the Armada ones or when you can just barely get it off, like on like it would kill and you just barely get it with the tip on like
yeah.
I don't know. I remember you were talking about when you had to play Axe, I think at the first BE.
BMI.
Yeah, you were talking about just up there a second hit only everything. I'm like, all right, sure you will, and then you did.
I mean, it's not that bad. I feel like if you practice it, every character, every relevant top tier has setups for it that I think no one really does, and it just makes your up throw up air a guaranteed kill. And it's like, why even like?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the one that I do and the one that probably Zamu and just like a lot of people do, like the up throw full hop up air at like 100 or 90 or whatever on like Marth and Sheik and stuff. But like past that, the optimizations are not there. For sure.
I remember Wasabi was talking about like higher percents versus Marth doing it like. The way he was explaining it was like a laser land on battlefield input, which is like you can kind of imagine just like that's a relatively standard second hit only kind of setup. But yeah, like that stuff is not as good as it should be, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially with box.
No. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was playing against.
Sure.
Oh well, so I was playing at CPU 0 today, twice, because I play HBox at Riptide, and I was gonna lose, but now I might win. But I kept like I was up throwing, and I'd like miss my dash. And so it would be like up throw jump, and I was getting so many crazy second hit onlys on like slight DIs just because I was missing my dash inputs.
Yeah, that happens against Puff specifically.
When you approach Puff from like an angle with a second hit up air, which is actually relevant to one of the other questions I saw, like that makes it easy to get the second hit only.
Yeah, most characters there's like consistent setups that like function similarly throughout all of, like the entire cast. Like one of them that happens on Marth at like 105-ish% is that you dash forward for 2 frames, you full hop, you go into your jump for 1 frame, and then you double jump, then up around the next available frame, and that just like single hits. You don't have any drift, and you single hits every time.
That's the wasabi one, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say it sounds like it, but it also sounds like you're talking about like multiple frame perfect inputs. I mean, I don't know how lenient.
Well, it's like it's. I mean, I don't know. It's lenient enough for me to hit it every time with not.
Well, it's probably not.
I think it's lenient.
Leniency there, where
I think it's pretty leniency.
Jump for 1 frame, but yeah, that does sense.
And it works on most characters.
I was gonna say that is definitely consistent with the wasabi because that's kind of how you do a laser land. You do the double jump pretty quickly after the full hop or after the first jump. Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, it works on. Yeah, you have to do it slightly different for different characters, obviously, because you have to aim the up air. But like, it works on almost every top tier. Sheik's a bit inconsistent. Sheik's actually the hardest, I think, on all the.
I guess it is pretty similar to the one that I was saying is kind of easy, right? It's just like you're barely when you're double jumping, you're like barely getting that high, but when they're lower, you have to get in your double jump earlier to barely get that high. So
yeah. And it's also important to know the percents because some percents you can just do full hop rising upper. Some percents you have to do full hop, slight delay, up around frame 4 or 5, or some, it all you have to just know the different variations. And I think.
Yeah, and it becomes. I feel like it becomes very intuitive. That it's like it's a really good like thing that once you kind of get it, it's really it's like intuitive and just like makes sense like how and why it works. It's like you just kind of do it. I think I don't know. I think that's like an interesting thing because it's such a kind of like genuine like optimizable and very like frame data-y ways, but not born.
It's funny, I was talking to someone like about this, like when people talked about Melee like 5 years ago or whatever, they were saying like eventually people would just kill off of 1 hit, right? And that's like what the game was. But the way that people have progressed, obviously people got a lot better at combos too, but I feel like the main thing people got a lot better at like defense and getting out of combos.
Yes, I agree.
But these optimizations like the second hit up air that you're talking about, people don't people don't really do them, not even like the top players.
No, it's insane. I feel like a lot of the Foxes would have a lot of like a better chance to beat like Zane or something if they actually could kill off their things. It's like, I don't know.
It's
all I'm saying is Cody kind of shits on Zane a lot more often if he kills off 3 up throw up airs that he normally wouldn't, right? And it's like that's a meaningful difference. That could literally win a game, literally changes the set, right? So
we should think about it the same as like we are not allowed to miss wave shine up smash. Not allowed to miss your dash attack up smash. I
agree.
I break the rules. I miss that shit all the time.
Same. I can't wave dash. I can't short hop. I don't need.
But you don't play the game, so it's okay.
Yeah. The thing you said about defense was interesting because that's one thing I realized once I like stopped playing and I came back and I played someone like Kyle Kurto, who's like and Kalindi too, like pretty like on the mark, like they're actually grinding the game kind of stuff. Is I was like, damn, these guys have defensive techniques that I'm like, it's the first time I felt like a boomer. I was like, what? I don't know this? This is a new thing that I like haven't encountered that I had to like come up with a plan to beat. And I found the defense thing is very real. I found that super interesting.
That's how I want all my opponents to feel when they hit me.
I felt like that playing you for years. I've definitely said that. Like I have like specific Zamu things, but
counters, Zamu counters.
Yeah. Now that some of them are relevant for other people, which I guess.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
yeah, that's really cool. Defense in Melee has a long way to go too, and I think that's really cool. Defense is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's just like surprisingly intricate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to do and a lot to react to and a lot to do properly in terms of execution. It's executionally demanding. It's reactionarily demanding. You have to have a plan, right? And there's so many. It's super complex and interesting. I guess we could go on to another question.
Yeah. One more thing that I thought of that, this isn't that we don't have to talk about this for a while. An optimization that I think Foxes are now finally doing, and they for whatever reason they weren't doing before, is like throwing off stage at low percents. I think more.
Oh my god!
Taking so long.
What if they just want to take the guaranteed percent?
There's no defense is too good.
Yeah, man, I totally forgot about that because I remember back when I played. I say this like it was a long time ago, but I was like, man, I was one of the only Foxes that just forward through when they were at the ledge, and I was like, hey guys, you should do this. This is really good. But now people actually do it. Yeah, that's really fun.
I don't think IBW still does, but
he up throws there almost every time.
I think
he'll learn.
I don't think he makes fun of people for throwing off stage anymore. At least, maybe he does. He probably does.
He used to say he should not.
He used to. Well, he used to be like.
He was really. Yeah. That when he lost to Fiction that one time.
I think I did. He would say when he was playing Akko, like, you can combo me. Like when Akko would get a combo, like, why are you going for Gimps? Look, you're getting these combos. So I think he kind of did at least imply that it wasn't good.
Yeah,
you should
it's
have
definitely
both.
Good.
Yeah, it's like throw off stage when it's good and combo when it's good. Just play the good stuff. Right?
And so it's like, why just be like, I'm not going to throw off stage? Why, if you could throw someone off at 0% and have like a 50-50 they die, who in the world's going to be like, I think that's kind of bad, man. It's like, no, they could die.
I was kind of thinking about the idea of formatting it for people to think about as like, you're literally just getting percent. Like, but you're really not at all. But it's like, just think about if you get an F throw off stage, it's like you just hit a move that does like 50%. It's like, what if you just had like a move that did that? You would want to do it. It would be good. You like you get their stock sometimes, and that's really good. But yeah, I think that's a good answer.
What I always say, because I was told Zuppy to throw off stage, and I remember doing this a while ago. And I think he was playing H2, and he up threw, and he got the up air. Like, he reacted to the tech chase, got the up air, and H2 just like DI'd the up air well and got nothing else. And it's like, even this is the best. Like, you got the tech chase. They didn't do any weird slide off or anything, and you still got 20% total. Like, not to mention they could have like slid off or whatever. So
you could have gone reverse.
Yeah.
Cool. Obviously, there's reversal potential in F throw, but.
Yeah. God. Yeah. I, as the person doing the reversal from the F throw, it makes me mad because I just spam it and I just die if I'm playing against anyone like that kills me for it. But yeah.
You a weird reversal though.
Yeah. I mean, I want people to not know how to kill me, and I live forever. And a thought I had before we get on to DMT's question is, the defensive game kind of pushes the punish, right? It's like Zane is getting out of up throw up airs a lot more, and like Jamook has really good SDI, and also just like really good like genuinely playing up throw mix-ups. Like he nairs well and does like double jumps well and whatever because he's just a good player. But as people get better, hopefully punish game will get better too. But yeah, maybe someday. So DMT said, good afternoon, guys. Do you have any general advice for learning how to play more effective rhythm-based neutral mix-ups? It feels like I've gotten reasonably far trying to create chaos and then jolting myself back into whiff punish mode, but it gets predictable against higher level players. Any thoughts on getting more creative in that way in terms of the macro game?
Oh, I guess I could go first. It seems like Shabo didn't want to talk, but
you guys are the coaches. I don't have coaching.
You do not charge for coaching. That's the only difference. The only difference is we're worse coaches and you don't charge. Just kidding. About this.
Anyway, go on, Billy.
I think that the main thoughts I have in that statement are or that question pretty much were just like, I think if you want to have a better grasp of like doing things in ways that are not like predictable or whatever, is it's just specifically identifying the game states where you can reasonably make a decision in terms of like, you know, either progressing the game state by like moving into a spot that like makes the next situation a mix up, or moving into a spot that creates a mix up. Either one is when you end up in those positions is just having like a concrete idea of like the different outcomes and then picking from them reasonably given, you know, various aspects of the game, percent, I guess habits too, frame advantage, etc. And that's like the most general thing I could really give you. And I know it comes out to just being like, you know, look at situations, but
that's kind of it, like, to some extent.
But just not in all those words, basically. I was thinking about analyze situations, but yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was gonna say, like, so something that jumped out to me was the feels like I've gone far trying to create chaos and then jolting myself back into whiff punish mode. You should like whiff punish mode means like paying attention to what is happening and like no like being whiff punishing things that you're able to and like reacting to what's going on, right? And you should always be in like whiff punish mode shouldn't exist / you should like always be in it, right? It's like you should always be aware of like if you're able to whiff punish, if that makes sense. But the thing is, like, it shouldn't be so much jolting yourself back into whiff punish mode. It should be like one of your options in the situation that you like see on the screen is, oh, I'm gonna dash back and take like give up space, and then if the opponent attacks, it's like, okay, yeah, go punish it. But I think like for you, DMT, because we've played before, and so like I have some understanding of your play and everything. I think that it's just a huge like it's kind of most important thing is know what your like rhythm based neutral mix-ups are, know what the situation, know what it looks like when you're close enough or not close enough to play like those mix-ups, and then just like have a plan. Having a plan is key. Knowing what melee's too fast to figure out what to do while you're playing. You got to know what you're gonna do before you pick up the controller. That's like what I say, and then it doesn't happen that much. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole melee experience, right? You go in, realize there's a million things you don't know, come back, fix 7, be like, wow, I still know nothing, and then come back again, fix a few, and then just do that over and over until there's like way less.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what you said, Zamu, makes a lot of sense, and that's why like whiff punish mode isn't really a thing, because you're aware of these situations and when you can whiff punish, and then when something happens, you just do it, but you're not in that mode to do it.
Yeah. I think defining things as modes is like ends up being kind of reductive. It's like it's not about there being a mode; it's about there being a position.
Yeah, where you should be like skewing towards certain options just because it makes more sense. So like if you're in the spacing to whiff punish, often your opponent is giving you that. It's like it's not you being in whiff punish mode. Like it even though it might feel that way, and it shouldn't be because of that. As a mode user in the past, like I still go into modes sometimes, but if you can kind of make the distinctions in your mind as to like what each mode is achieving and why you're thinking about them as separate, and then you can try and like piece them together in ways that make sense for you, kind of to make like a more holistic game understanding and game plan, rather than like understanding whiff punish as a concept, understanding like unreactable mix-ups as a concept, and like separately when it's just like putting it all together. Experience, it's hard. It's a good question, kind of, because it's just like the answer is melee really hard, and you got to put in more work forever. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the experience. Yep.
Do you think Fox is an easy character? If not, what makes him difficult? Does it even make sense to try to classify characters as easy or difficult in a broad and general sense? Let's just think about that last part. Does it even make sense to try to classify characters as easy or difficult in a broad and general sense?
Yeah, no, it does not do anything positive. I do think you can make claims
you could do it, and maybe you could do it in some way that like makes sense, but it's not productive. Like
yeah, it's not productive. Even if you can't, because I mean, there's millions of conversations you could have about making claims on like, you know, specific aspects of characters, et cetera. But it doesn't do anything for like progressing your knowledge towards the specifics in the game. It's just like Fox is basic, but he has hard tech skill. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like a melee personality, then maybe it's good to.
Yeah.
If you want to be like a good melee player, then I don't really see what the point
Yeah.
of it.
Does nothing.
Yeah. If you want to beat your friends, like your like casual friends or something, or then it's like, sure, you can. If that's what you value, then like it's fine to be like, what's the quickest way to like cheese my friends or whatever, and then you play ICs and you're like, wobbling's legal now, and then you win. but like it's just for me. So how I think most people should try to address this is like, ask yourself why it matters, because if you want to get good at the game, if that's something that you value, it doesn't matter because it's so hard regardless. It's going to take you a lot of effort regardless. And so don't try to like, oh, well, if I played Fox and if I played Puff instead of Fox, maybe it would have only taken me 9,000 hours to get good instead of 10. And even those numbers are too low, truthfully. But yeah. So, yeah. What do you think Fox is? Yeah, that's fine. Y'all should pick some questions because there's too many and I can't choose.
I want to find the one he's not over.
I've opened up the tweet.
It was from Thor.
Immediately. Is that the Falco? I feel like I might know that person.
Oh yeah, I saw Thor's questions. This question wasn't bad. Yeah. What do you think Fox's most throw is or something?
What do you think Fox's most underexplored / unexplored throw? Are there throw confirms or DI mix-ups you know about and do that you think other Fox mains should do more? Let me
forward throw combo.
I was gonna say forward throw tech chase, but forward throw combo in general is a big thing.
Forward throw combos, I'm realizing versus Martha like 50, like even lower. Like it combos into dashes at like pretty low percent.
Yeah.
That's what that was first came to mind. But you were saying forward throw tech chase.
Well, so I had a thought because I just watched KJH's platform follow-up video, because that was something I don't remember. I was talking to someone in a lesson and I was like, here, watch this. And he was saying that if you're like in the middle of the platform underneath, tap jump, because then you have the 4-frame buffer window. And so I was thinking that like easier on box, I wouldn't really want to do this on controller and I wouldn't try because but is like buffer wave dash forward after F throw. The only issue is I don't know, because you wouldn't be getting a dash wave dash, because like so the way most Foxes don't do the F throw tech chase in the way that I do it, which is like imagine Wizzy down throwing Fox and then dash wave dash forward to like be there to hit the tech chase. And that's like what I do. Most people just like run, which is fine too. And but I don't know, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's good. There's a few.
The forward throw tech chase is good?
Oh,
is that
yeah, but well, no. So that tap jump, it might be way easier if you buffer a wave dash out of the F throw with tap jump.
Okay.
And that would be easier on box, I think.
Oh, that.
Because then you could tap jump and you could tap jump while getting the angle ready, basically. Which is just, it's like I could not do that on controller. I was just thinking about this. Yeah. What is your throw answer? If you had to pick one throw, also.
Oh, I'd just go up throw. I think it's just every other down throw does nothing ever. There's like
maybe it's underexplored.
I think there's one position where it actually does a thing. There's too many like defensive things you could do, and it's not really reactable a lot of the time. So it's just forward throw. But my thoughts on forward throw is that like the main optimization that come from forward throw are actually in positions where up throw positionally is not the thing that you want to do. And and then there's like DI involved. And then like, so ends up is you end up in this one singular position where you could forward throw and they will be DIing in because platform is behind you. But them hitting platform obviously means that you have to play like a mix up, which you wouldn't want to do. And so then you'd forward throw. And that's like the one like main position I've seen in forward throw that's like, this is like an actual optimization, because if they DI in on forward throw, then you actually get like a meaningful tech chase. And it also changes the horizontal spacing like on the ground. So it's like, up throw now ends up being a thing, because instead of being under top platform, you're now, under side platform. And if they DI full to the side, they, whatever, and you actually get a hit. So that's like the biggest like clear optimization I know of.
You're talking about like in spacey matchups, or I guess it's kind of
spacey matchups specifically. Yeah. I think in like floaty matchups, it's just F throw up smash sometimes because you read DI in, haha.
Yeah.
Or if you could do F throw dash attack, but I think up throw is still better at 50.
I also like F throw into jump read or no jump read. Sometimes like on the DIN at like certain percents where it's ambiguous, like maybe you go for full hop up air or something, but it's not like
you like F throw dash full hop nair basically, because like Peach the F throw doesn't combo and people are good at jumping out now.
Stuff like that. One thing with so like people do the back throw tech chase all the time, which I think is really overrated, but it's fine. It's like it's like I do it too much, and it's like not. It's just not great. But so people up throw in positions where you can like slide it off a lot. And I think so. I think just kind of those if foxes need to be better at recognizing when the opponent can do that, and then pick a better throw if you can. I feel like I just get too many reversals off of getting thrown onto a platform and then just like, ooh, time to bear.
Yeah, I agree. I guess I'll read a question from the tweets. I know Nikki right here is at the top of my thing and has a question. It says, do you think fox mains are better or worse than mains of other characters when it comes to being good at melee as a whole? I think this question is kind of funny. I think that every character of each main sucks at certain aspects of the game because certain characters lean into teaching certain aspects, and there's no specific character that's actually good at melee relative to the other. I think everyone just hits their niche and is like has good tech skill most of the time.
Yeah, I think it was like it's funny because like Hugs, plays Samus and back in the day, and like but Hugs like only played Samus and like didn't have any other character, and then Plop played Samus and has insane other characters, like or even when he didn't have other characters, he had like a super technical everything, and obviously he's so yeah, because like you would probably guess, in 2014, right, that people who played Samus weren't that good with other characters. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's much correlation.
I'm trying to think about. I still don't have an answer, other than not answering the question, because I think that's I think that's the best answer for this question. Yeah. So I agree.
Yeah.
I think foxes melee as a whole is just such a weird a weird concept to me. Like fox players don't know how to play around shield and like as other characters basically generally. Even to an extent, like as Falco versus instead of Fox, like Fox players playing Falco, because I think shield pressure is a little different, but like playing characters without a shine, like I feel like a Fox player playing Marth, their opponent's shielding, they're probably freaking out, even like not even grabbing. They're just like double fair on shield or like something.
Yeah, they do something random.
But that's just something I remember reading a long time ago, was someone being like hot take or something. But Fox is really bad at learning the game because shield pressure. But I think there's a little bit of merit to that, maybe in some way.
Yeah, I definitely think there's parts of the games that characters learn more than others.
It's I think that's your answer. Perfect.
Yeah. And obviously, we could go into detail, but ultimately doesn't really matter.
I mean, I think it's fun to talk about the kind of nuance of how each character is bad at how the main of each character kind of is bad or good at the game. But
yeah, I agree. Actually, I do change my question or answer. I do think there are some characters that just create demons that learn very little about how melee functions, and I will not say what characters, but they're definitely worse characters. It's not the top tiers.
We're not.
I mean, fucking Samus. First off, Samus is this character that creates people who have like two options, and they're like, "Oh man, look at me, gonna play my same mix-up over and over," and they like generally kind of troll.
You're telling me most Samus players aren't on the plup path of like becoming the sickest to ever do it? You're breaking my heart right now.
I mean, I did many Samuses that play other characters besides Plup, who's Plup, and then also Duck, who like now has other mains.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's really about specifically playing other characters, right? Because like I guess it can obviously being better at the game holistically can mean it applies more specifically to other characters ever, but it's like I don't know. Maybe I have a different experience learning melee than other people, but I would play other characters, and it's not like the things I learned with Fox were what made my characters able to do things well. It's that I learned things about that character, right? And so it's like I don't know if melee is like a holistic. So yeah, I just don't know if melee is like a holistic skill thing, like really even exists. And obviously there are like core gameplay aspects, but like, do people know enough to like specifically say what those core melee aspects are accurately? Probably not. Most people probably can't.
And
I think it's hard to actually like make a claim on it.
I think they don't even like translate that well character to character. Because like even someone with a really good like ground game and reacting on the ground, like dash dancing as Fox, maybe in some ways like that'll show if they're playing like Peach or something, but it's not like you watch someone that like is a Fox main play Peach and they're like dash dancing on the ground and whatever. It doesn't like show. It's just like it's a very, very unquantifiable thing. Yeah, but those are the most fun things to try and quantify.
Yeah, I do think it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have the last question prepared, but I don't know if there's any that should be before it.
I don't have any. I see a good one. Did Fox kill the queen? Rest in peace, the queen. God bless her soul.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And the worst.
Yeah, really. Okay, we can go to the question.
Okay, last question for us Fox players. Why are you all like that?
Yeah, so true, bestie.
So true, bestie. So true.
I can't relate to this because I don't feel like I'm one of the Fox fans. I feel like an outsider. I feel like all the Fox fans have their vibe, and I'm missing it.
I wish all the Fox mains. Okay, I wish all the Fox mains had your vibe. Is the truth?
I agree. I think
I don't know, Billy. You're Fox main to me.
Well, are you like? Am I like a general Fox main, or am I like the Fox main that you think of? Idealistically, right?
Idealistically.
Like, what kind of Fox main? Like, am I like the ideal version of a Fox main, or am I like the random Fox main?
Okay, regular. I'm sorry, I don't have a good answer about the other foxes. All of us are just weird.
Because there's like a way Fox mains are. Like, I mean, there's a ton of Fox main camaraderie compared to like any other character for sure. And they're like, I think all Fox fans have a vibe. If I had to I don't know how I would explain the vibe. Vibes are hard to say with words because they're vibes.
Unquantifiable.
Yeah, but they're like, Let me think if I can imagine a person archetype that I could say that would fit the Fox mains. This is surprisingly difficult. I kind of imagine Fox mains as the people that would man, how am I going to say this without, because it's not anything mean.
No, be mean. Like, who cares?
It's not like I'm not saying. It's not like I'm trying to not be mean. I'm just not saying anything mean. I just can't, think of the specific idea. They're like, man, I can't do it. It's too hard. Well, Fox fans do have a vibe.
I'll learn more.
I don't know. They just actually, I think Fox mains are like the people who so desperately live their life striving for knowledge, but then they are somehow getting the wrong piece of information every time. That's what I think. That's what I think Fox mains are.
I think that perfectly answers why Fox mains are like that, because that's literally like someone asked me a question recently that was like, I will read this question and see what y'all think. He said this is a person that I sent the video to. He said, yo, do you do reaction tech chase platform tech chases or 50/50s? I think I'm gonna land on 50/50s for now. RTC claw is so hard.
I think that embodies that's that reminds me of like seeing Fox mains and myself post in like 2014. That like that's a very specific vibe of Fox mains just not understanding what needs to be done.
Right? Isn't that like such a that's like a Fox main vibes question?
Yes, right? yes. They're super well intentioned. They're like, please, I want to know the correct thing. They're like on the right path, but they just don't get it.
Oh no, we got Scowl in chat. That was who asked the question. Just Joe apparently said that he claws the RTC off of up throw, and so it's like you'll get pretty solid.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that it's indecipherable.
But it is very well intentioned and like about trying to get better, but like and has some weird preconceived notion that some Fox main 3 years ago told them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's literally the Fox main experience. Is you hear a thing and you're like, well, that all makes sense, and I want to get better, so I'm going to take it to heart, and then you live your life that way. And
it is just true.
Someone's like, and then one day someone's like, you, sir, do not get it. And then that's very Fox. That's really funny. That's actually really funny. Wow.
yeah so
that's poetic.
Truly. I guess we can I mean, I could keep talking about that for a while. Another thing that came to mind is like Fox players that like don't like a lot of people don't know that you can't tech chase Sheik unless you like use Shine for second place. But like people don't know that. They just are like, I'm so bad at tech chasing Sheik.
I'm pretty sure I've done it. No, I'm pretty sure I've done it.
Dude, that's Cody. Cody's like, I think I've done that before. Like, I'm pretty sure I've done it. And then he spreads misinformation to his 200 stream viewers.
And it's you like down throw. You get one down throw tech chase. It's like, okay, this is reactable.
Yeah.
Fox,
and then Fox is down to a tech chase more. Look at this clip.
Dude, yes, they like do the thing. Fox mains are super like easily impressionable. They like see the thing happen once and they're like, I got it. That's the thing. And then they're like, dude, why don't people do this thing that I just saw? That seems so great. Yeah, yeah, that's really funny.
Hell yeah. Well, that's
Fox main moment.
Yeah, Fox main moment for sure. Yeah, so I guess we can wrap up. billybopeep, do you want to plug your coaching and whatever?
Yeah, sure. I teach. I've been teaching informally for like 2-ish years, 3-ish years, and obviously I've played Melee for 8 years, and I spent a lot of that time gathering knowledge generally and doing my best to holistically understand the game. And I think I have a lot of valuable thoughts to share. So if you want some help like that, you could hop on my Patreon at patreon.com/billybopeep. I also upload lessons for free. I've been doing it for a while. I have a lot of lessons. Most of my students are, mid-level-ish, but I mean, I've taught every single one of your favorite top players: IBDW, Fiction, KJH, no,
Armada,
fucking Zuppy. No, not Armada.
Darn.
I wish Armada. He's the GOAT. I mean, I've helped all of your favorite Fox mains, and they have gotten better from it. I mean, look at No pre-quarantine to post-quarantine, ended up being a top 25 player, and I wonder what he did all quarantine. It was listen to me. I have a lot of tangible proof, and I think I have a lot of good things to say. And if you really want to check, you could watch my lessons for free on my YouTube.
You should do that regardless if you want to get better at Melee, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
I asked Billy if I should watch any of his lessons, and you sent me one, and you're like, watch this, let me know what you think, and I did not watch it, but I will.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The thing is, you're pretty good at this point, and most of my students I'm hitting a lot of the basics with them. So I'm not sure how much you actually learn, but I mean, maybe you'd get a refresher, but I haven't talked about that many super intense, cool.
I mean, you sent me a specific one that, that I think you said might be good or better than others, but I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. One of these days, I'll record me helping No, and then everyone will be like, "Oh my god, billybopeep is so eloquent and intelligent."
Really good insight, even in this, like just today, with like just some passing, a taste about like the Marth matchup. I think what you said already.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've talked and you've helped me before.
Yeah. We've talked a ton, so you get it.
Like even that, just a passing, like 2 seconds, say something about the Marth matchup in neutral, and now I'm like thinking about something.
Yeah.
That is any indication.
Yeah. I guess you could follow me at Twitter. I think it's billybopeep _. Might have an underscore, might not.
It does.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all I really have to plug.
Awesome. Well,
yeah,
this is super fun. Billy Bo Peep is a genius and very sick at the game, even though now he sucks. His own words, probably. Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter, Zamu SSBM _ in the middle of those. Also here, follow me on Twitch and YouTube if you're not watching there, which I
and
Metafy, but I don't want to plug my coaching afterwards. Metafy.gg/@Zamu. I think that Billy Bo Peep coaching is more worthwhile, probably. I think that we probably achieve very similar things in very less. Well, I'm not as eloquent.
Yeah, but you play the game more actively, and so there are a lot of things that change about the game slightly that you could say more accurately, and obviously, there are a lot of things I don't know. So
yeah. I think it's like we both have received a lot of Drug Fox lessons, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of lessons back in the day.
Yeah, and so I think that if you agree with his ideology and like how like melee, like is a melee.
The only people I trust to give lessons are Drug Fox, and then people who have gotten Drug Fox.
Yeah.
Which is actually like almost everyone that's like the.
It's a lot of people at this point.
Lessons, like everyone that's giving lessons has gotten them. So
yeah.
That's really funny.
If you're taking a lesson from someone, I would probably stick with that.
Yeah, man, Drug Fox, he's the GOAT. It's funny how it all comes back to him. Who'd have thought?
Truly. Well, the goal is get Drug Fox on here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He'd probably be down at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. All he does is play fucking League of Legends.
Yeah, I was figuring.
Intimidating, I think. I don't know. It's definitely scary.
Yeah, you don't want to ask him, and then he's like,
I don't want to.
I don't know. I mean, you could either way into it. Maybe it'll come up on his timeline. And he's like, "Oh wow, what a cool thing Shabo and Zamu are doing. Maybe I'll join."
When he's googling Fox News or something, it shows.
Yeah, because of course, Sammy would be googling Fox
Notorious Fox News.
Notorious right winger, Drug Fox, Sammy Muhana.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess I mean, we could keep talking forever, I think, truthfully. But you can follow Shabo on Twitter if you want. You have to find it.
Does Shabo have a Twitter? Good luck.
That's why.
It's not that hard to find, but
it's really not. It would be easier if you switched the order, probably.
No, I don't. Yeah, I definitely.
But that's a bad thing, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have to talk about that.
Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Sick.
GG's.
Goodbye, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you found this interesting and like maybe helpful, and maybe it made you think about Melee a little more.
Please think about
Melee.
Please think.
Yes. Do it, because then there will be more fun people to play against. More fun nerd people. There's plenty of like kind of fun people, but then there's like very few. Like there's like the 20, if that. Like, oh my god, these people are so fun to play. It's like I want to be in